It's time for the fun episode. Yes, the really fun episode. We're going to turn off full screen for this. I'll set it down to 1600 by 900 pixels. Turn down my sound a little bit. And now we get into the fun of crafting. Alright, so crafting is not really complicated in this game, but it's just very vast what you can basically do with crafting. And it's not really organized very well, a lot of the stuff either. I figured to sort of start though, we should probably pick up the stuff over here. And I need to decide what I'm going to basically make and what I'm going to basically do and all that. Let's see here. I guess we'll maybe work on the food first. So food is basically all this stuff over here. You can do a little bit of stuff with food. Let's see what we can do with plums. And probably the easiest way of doing this, I have like this crafting menu for stuff, but it might actually be easier to go to like this, and then we'll go search maybe for plum. Alright, this is used to craft this potion, that, and this. So here's a potion, the bonsai bomb. You basically use it to craft with the alright, you need alchemy for this stuff, so we're not gonna worry about that. I bet I can go in here and we're gonna find some with plums. There's plums. So with alchemy and plums, you can make yourself the silverwits. Find plum brandy from a kingdom that keeps changing names. And there's this thing, which is an alchemy-based staff, the fruitful staff. Alright, so plums aren't exactly all that useful for me for crafting, because they're basically an alchemical ingredient that's, you know, you need alchemy basically to do it, so I'll pick up some plums. Now, something I learned, by the way, is that you can actually use bread and cheese to craft a little bit, so maybe we'll do that. So there's some sliced bread and cheese. And I don't have, okay, I should have this here. So I can make myself a grilled cheese sandwich. This is a greasy offspring of an unnatural union of cheese and bread conducted in a high-temperature environment. So let's make some grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah, that's basically how this sort of works. You basically, you know, make stuff with, like, crafting. It's better. Yeah, that's not really, you know, much more than you expect, probably, but whatever. I need to get, like, this, like, grating thing a bit like the grilled cheese stuff, but, that might be something to look into. So I might keep it for that sort of thing. Alright, what will I make next? What can I do with a Danish? I doubt I can do anything with a Danish, but let's just, you know, see if there's anything I can do with a Danish. Nope, Danish is just food. And what I'm actually going to do here, I'm actually you know, just going to sort of pick up stuff that I'm not going to be able to use for, like, you know, stuff. I should see what I can do with steaks, perhaps. Maybe I can make bear steaks with, like, food and all that, so steak. Alright, you can use steak to craft ground beef, apparently. And that requires just, like, you know, masher thing, so that'll be a little bit hard to do. It's used To do what, I wonder? I'm not sure it does anything, really, this stuff. So, ground beef. I'm not sure it's all that useful for anything. Might as well pick it up. Get off the floor and start eating it, basically, right? That's what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I'll take the cheese here out. I have to see what I can do with all these cheeses, maybe. So, I can decide if I need to keep them or not. Alright, so you can use the cheeses to craft the stuff here. Basic cheese can be used to craft this stuff. I believe this is grade cheese here. Yeah, grade cheese. So you can use that to craft your cheese, the other cheeses. And then you can use like the grade cheese to craft all this other stuff over here, or this stuff right here. And that's the cheesy omelet. All right, so Diggle eggs, they basically heal for 10 food, and then you can basically use the 10 food plus 3 of these to get this. Let's see here. So 10 plus 21 equals 31. Alright, I don't think it's probably worth worrying about cheese, so cheese is actually something I can probably eat a whole lot of when I need to. So I might as well pick this all up. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're actually going to do this instead. Let's just drop cheese like this. Same with the steak. And I guess the cube of meat, that's basically, you know, cube of flesh. So that could be turned into ground beef, but oh, that's worth knowing, by the way. You get more cheese apparently from, like, you know, these are cheeses. So basically this turns into like 2 cheese, this turns into 3. Alright, so it is worth it to, you know, have these cheeses to turn into stuff. Because then you can basically make a whole lot of eggs and stuff from it. So put that there. I need to get a grater for this stuff then and make it sort of use of it. The meats are, you know, they're for eating, but this stuff is, you know, other stuff. Yeah, I'm learning. Because learning is good. I'm actually going to pick up all these traps just before I step on them, because I'm going to be here for a while. I don't need to step on my own traps. I hope I didn't step on my trap there. That'd be very bad if I did. And this stuff I'll leave down here because it's already processed. This stuff I'll put up here. And ground beef can't be used for anything, so I should probably move it down. I'll put all the stuff I can craft up here, and then all the other stuff I've already crafted down below. That's how I'll organize my stuff here. Because organization is key to, you know, a good adventure. Alright, we got a dire sandwich here. Is the dire sandwich going to be used for crafting? Probably not. I assume the dire sandwich is just for eating. Yeah, it's just a unmaxed sandwich, so to speak. Alright, well, let's look for apples. Apples are used to make some stuff. But you need alchemy to make this stuff. I bet that's a wand. And you want, for wands you basically need to have, like, you know. So yeah, I can't really do anything with the apples either, so they're basically just good as gone. Potato and pears. Now I think I can do something with pears and potatoes, luckily. With potatoes I think can be turned into vodka. Don't ask how that works, it works. Yeah, vodka. And vodka doesn't actually require you to have anything to make, so you just need to get, like, you know, a pour still to basically make it, and you can turn it into vodka. So I can keep potatoes around for stuff. Pears. Pears are much like everything else. They require me to have a little bit of alchemy to be able to make, you know, anything out of them, so I guess we'll keep the pears for now. Should probably dump my cheese before I forget about it. And further. I had this much great cheese apparently. Well, we might as well make one of these, so let's make ourselves an omelet. A cheesy omelet. And there's the cheesy omelet, born of a gooey union of pre-born blood spawn from the Stygian depths and beef out milk. This omelet sucks tertially, just daring you to taste it. There we go, an omelet. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to look at traps. Did I have something else over here? Yeah, I had these diggle-eggs. Alright, so I actually have a whole lot of traps, and traps are actually sort of interesting. And I don't think I can actually craft anything from them, but there's a few things you can. So there's basically this thing, which is basically a spear, I think. Yeah, vicious looking spear. I don't need to make spears, because I don't use spears. So it looks like traps are something I can actually sell, so I might as well just get this out over with. Let's go sell these traps off. What's up, Brax? I got some traps to sell. Sell those, sell that, and sell those. I should probably note, by the way, if like I have really weak like vegetables or fruits and stuff, it might make more sense to loot fist it. So, you know, I can turn like this like stuff into like, you know, loot fist stuff. If I want to. Let's put that there. And something else I can probably do, by the way. I should probably be looking for crafting ingredients and stuff, so crafting ingredients are stuff I can, like, you know, make use of. And why not? I'll buy some arrows, because I can. You know, I'm not sure there's any vending machines on this level. I don't remember there being any. Yeah, I'm actually looking for vending machines because they can be, you know, sometimes craft dispensers. And for this type of thing, it might make sense for me to be able to craft stuff. Kill that guy. His experience is still easy. Do. A killing I go. Nope. Hey, here we go. So here's a craft dispenser. So yeah, basically there's craft dispensers I can buy stuff from. And I think we might want to just buy all this stuff, you know, possibly. Just for the hell of it. Well, some of it. Actually, it's all pretty cheap. Sort of. I have no idea if I'm going to use that stuff, but I just buy it all. Do. That is one bad thing. The craft dispensers aren't actually popping up like the stores do, so I have to look much more, you know, thoroughly for stuff like this. I want that leather cap, because that's actually something you can use to craft with. So get that. You know, it's funny how this blue room sort of indicates that there's a monster zoo there. I actually want to go this way first, I think. Nope. A rough iron mace, I can loop fist that. I assume I'm actually gonna make quite a bit of skull, by the way. Loop fist, you know, stuffing. And the reason I assume I'm going to get quite a bit of loop fist is just for the simple reason that, basically I'm going to be, like, you know, getting rid of a lot of crap I don't need. In replacement for, like, better stuff. Well, there's drinks, but I don't really need drinks. I don't know, by the way, this is actually something you'll probably be doing quite a bit in your runs with this game. Because you'll like go back and forth, basically get like, you know, grinding experience, and any like excuse to do so is basically going to help you. So you'll go looking for stuff like this. Clogs and Azar stuff. Alright, you know what? Let's go back here and we'll actually start, you know, ditching some of the stuff I picked up. We'll ditch this. We'll ditch this leather cap. Maybe we'll ditch this amethyst here. Copper wire will ditch. I apparently didn't have any zinc yet. I think zinc's actually sort of important for a few things. As is Bimus coal. There's a solution gold. Chalk. Chalk is always good to get. Well, I could go searching for more stuff, but you know, let's go back to crafting a little bit more. I basically have all this, like, you know, beer and stuff. Let's see if I can do anything with like alcohol drinks for crafting. I know you can do a lot of potions. They can be used to craft this stuff with alchemy. Not basically with alchemy. There's a few things actually, you know, I should probably be doing here. I should go to the alchemy thing here, and there's like basically some stuff you can basically craft without, you know, stuff. Okay, this can be used to craft a whole lot of stuff right here. For example, this oil vitriol. Salt, chalk, bitterness coal, and you make yourself a little bit of aqua fortis. I actually do need to make some aqua regia, by the way. This is actually so important for a few crafts I need. So, aqua fortis and insidium salis. Basically, this stuff can be used to craft a few things like the solution of gold, which can be quaffirmized touch. You can also use it to like build like some like important ingredients. Like you use it for a couple traps. Yeah, you know, this thing here. And you can also use it to make this special type of thing right here. This etheric power cylinder, which is used for a surprising amount of tinkering stuff. So this will be important a bit later on. I'm actually going to go down this list just to see. I want to basically look for anything like this, because, you know, anything that doesn't require any, like, skill level to basically use is stuff I can craft. So, like, an empty flask, aqua vita and brimstone can be used to make this. This stuff can be used to make a potion of life regeneration, which I don't really need all that much. Black powder can be used to make a few things. Aqua fortis and acidium salis. That's what I basically need for this thing. Well, I guess all the, you know, most of the stuff is like basically down over in this direction, so. Interesting how, like, you know, oil vitriol basically turns into your aqua fortis or acidium salis as you need it. You get oil vitriol from this stuff here. Might be easier to do this. Alright, so this is used to craft better ciders. I bet this is what's probably going to happen. All this stuff is basically used to craft, like, better and better, like, drinks. Well, this is just used to craft, like, you know, other stuff, but it's more or less alchemy based. Diggle-nog. Interesting thing right there. And yeah, just this down here. Alright, I'm gonna assume that I don't actually need to have these all in like different piles, the like, you know, stuff here. So I can probably drop it down in this direction. All the alcohol. Now let's dump all the alcohol right here in this big pile. Just to make sure, I can't actually make better alcohol without, you know, better skill, right? Yeah. Something I wouldn't mind doing would be like making, like, you know, some basically sewer rod to dwarven gut rot, because it's such a crappy little thing to have. But whatever. Well, let's see here. What's next? Let's put this equipment up here, you know, for now. Degrees right there. And I'm putting this stuff up here, so it's like, you know, this is like all the out of the way stuff that I don't need to worry about anymore. As I slowly move from my crafting stuff. Alright, so fire wand. This can be used to craft a few things. Let's see if there, you know, if there's stuff that I can actually tinker with. Alright, so here's what the fire wand's basically used for. So you can make this like bolt of mass destruction, and it's used to craft a couple things. You can use it to craft like this hammer type of thing, or you can use it to craft this thing. Or I think you can just fire at people for mass destruction. It takes a little bit to build though, so that's worth noting. But, you know, it's something I might want to just build for the heck of it, so... I'll put it up in this direction, I guess. And then here's the letter cap. Alright, so here's what the letter cap can basically do for you. If you have the letter cap and a few other ingredients, you can make like a special type of thing. So, letter cap. You can use to craft like these things right here. You need 2 diamonds and you need some brass to basically make these like, you know, Tinker's goggles. And I actually already have some Tinker's goggles, but you know, just in case I want to make my own, I guess I can like, you know, do that. I guess. So I need 2 diamonds for it, which I don't have, but you know, that's just there for later. And I have all this other stuff up here. Okay, I already know solution of gold is basically, you know, an item I can use whenever I want to. Delicious, delicious gold. Also, let's put that down there. This is used for crafting. The Aqua Force is used for crafting. I'm missing an aqua thing for crafts. So you need Aqua Fortis, Acidium Salis, Aqua Regia, I guess I don't have any Acidium, you know, Acidium type stuff, so maybe I'll just make one just for the hell of it. You need just oil vitriol and some salt to make it, so... Oil vitriol and salt. And I should have the, you know, modular alchemy thing here, so... We can go into crafting. Alchemy. And it's like, you know, right here at the start, so... Let's go down to it and... There we go. Acidium Salis. So that's like in our crafting thing right there. Can I do anything with this stuff, I wonder? The potions. So, potion of healing can be used to craft, like, I guess life regeneration. Verdant potion can be used to craft some stuff. That requires alchemy. That requires alchemy. The one thing I can use it for is, like, you know, not really what you need it for. So, that's probably useless to me. And it's like something I know. Basically, there's lots and lots of stuff that you can like use for this stuff, but you know, it's gonna be difficult to use it sometimes. Potion of Clear Vision. Alright, here's the Potion of Stealing. That's basically used to craft nothing that I could basically, you know, tinker away with. So let's go up here, we'll grab the Potion of Healing, this, Potion of Stealing. Now does this hurt me, I wonder if I drink it? Okay. So I can craft in here, but I can't do much else. Good to know. Basically, with the poison, I want to see if I'm going to, like, you know, poison myself if I drink it. So, all right. So it does hurt me. It's poison. So, Note to self, don't drink the Vernon poison, it's gonna hurt yourself. Boom, 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 bang, bang, boom, boom. Well, that's out of the way. I'm tempted to keep this up just so I can, like, you know, get rid of crap I don't need to keep. And might as well start throwing some stuff.
Critical hits.
Kill that guy. I kinda wish that the craft dispensers would actually show up so you could see where they are. Though I suppose if you're experienced enough, you know what to do with, like, you know, crafts, so it's not as big an issue. That's really the thing. If you memorize what all the crafts do, then this is, like, you know, a good, you know, setup, this game, for crafting, but I don't, so that's, like, my major problem here. I don't know what's worth it for crafting and what isn't worth it. Kill that guy. Yeah, I still get experience, by the way, for killing all this stuff, so it's worth it to basically to be here for the stuff I'm basically killing. And we'll put this in here. Maybe I'll buy some bolts just for the hell of it. Wow, this is gonna be expensive, but I guess we'll buy them. I bought plastic bolts of all things. Plastic bolts are terrible, by the way. Don't buy plastic bolts. I have no idea where the attacks are, but it's kind of annoying, isn't it? Oh, look at that, I'm actually killing an unfriendly AI with my zombie somewhere. Go, my zombie! Get me experience from somewhere! Be funny if that's where he's killing him. Right there. Well, it looks like this level's more cleared of stuff.
Critical hit. Critical hits.
Let's go over here. I'm just gonna... I was hoping I'd find like another way back up over here, but whatever. I went for Mario Walk. Why not? These Mario Walks are fun. There's the craft dispenser again. Okay, excellent. There's a stair right there. There's a dead zombie, because why not? They're dead. Let's go this way first. I know there's a guy there, but I don't think we're gonna get much experience for killing him because he's so low level at this point. You get more experience as you progress into the game, but you know, if you don't progress, you basically get less. 20 experience for killing that guy, basically. Not all that worth, I think. Why not go down this way? Looks like everything's clear over here. That's good. Oh, look at that! I missed a couple things over here. So handheld weapons are, you know, not really all that important, I think, to me. Though it is worth knowing, you can actually make some stuff with, like, you know, the explosives for tinkering and such. I think makeshift bomb, for example, can be used to tinker with. Yeah, makeshift bomb can be used to make a few things. So here's like something you can use for, like, you know, tinkering, I think. Basically, with like makeshift bomb, you can make, like, you know, concussion bombs. Or with iron, you can make some iron bombs. So this thing has a few crafting properties, so I might want to buy it just for that reason. What's a thermite bomb do for me, maybe? Yeah, I'm just gonna use the find function here for a few of these things. If I find it on the craft page, that probably means I can do something with it, so... Yeah, it's gonna find concussion. Alright, so it's actually not working on his page, so that's worth knowing. I mean, I'd say, you know, if it was either find stuff, basically, but, you know, the database is only so good, the game is only so good. So this can be crafted using, you know, this stuff, so that's not going to be used for crafting. Right, wrong place. And thermite can be used to do nothing with. Good to know. And noxious brimstone probably is, like, you know, if anything, it's going to require me to have alchemy to do any stuff with it. Nope, can't do anything with it. There's a drink vendor, not going to worry about that. So here's the thing, I guess. If you know you're basically going to be crafting, it's good to, like, go through the craft dispensers and stuff, like, early on. And not, like, wait until, like, you know, later for it. I doubt this is going to have anything in here, but whatever. Oh, no, we'll look in here to see if there's anything over here. Nope. Didn't expect anything over there. Oh, look at that, another one. And makeshift bombs again. I feel like they vary in prices, the stuff you can buy, so another thing to point out. It varies in price. Alright, I actually, you know, need a new one for this, so might as well just buy this here. Actually, I'm running out of money at this point, aren't I? Let's hold on to that for now. I might get, like, you know, that in the future, but I won't worry about it yet. I'm actually spending a lot of money on, like, you know, bombs and stuff that I might not even use for crafting, but whatever. If I don't use it for crafting, I'll use it for throwing at stuff. And it'll explode in people's faces. And that'll be fun to watch, I hope. There's the stuff for healing. There's some mashed potato. Probably don't need to go look down there because I don't think there's anything down there. Yeah, I'm trying to save a little bit of time and just get through this so, you know, as quickly as possible. This dig goes up in that direction. And apparently there's kunais are throwing weapons. I didn't know that. That's cool. The entrance will have a couple things in it, so I might as well go in that direction at some point. There's a food dispenser up there.
Critical hits.
So food and drink here. And Brax has what? Brax has stuff. Might as well buy those, why not? Yeah, it's always, you always get like one of these big shops, I think, whenever you play the game in like the first floor like this for Brax. Just to throw that out there. I'm not sure I actually use any of his stuff for, you know, stuff, but whatever. Hey, bolts. Why not? Well, I suppose they're expensive, that's why not. But I can buy more bolts at level 1, that's good to know. How much would it cost to buy these bolts? Quite a bit, obviously, because a lot, you know, that much money there. I bought all the cheap bolts there. So basically, there's like, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14,000 worth of bolts basically to buy from here if I want to buy bolts. I actually don't know why I'm buying bolts. You can actually like sort of make your own bolts with like the Tinkerer, so I could actually start doing that. What I really should do at this point is basically just like go crazy with the crossbow for killing stuff. If I see something, just crossbow it to death. Then engage and melee if it gets close. Well, I think at this point, we can go back here. And I'm actually going to start dumping bolts, just, you know, until I need them. Because that's a lot of bolts I basically have at this point. Put this stuff over here for now. We'll dump the leather cap, so don't have to go looking for it. You know what? I have all these wands. I should probably start just dropping them for use. And there's the bonsai bomb that I'll have to use at some point. Throw it at something's head and blow it up, basically. Might as well just put that there. And a makeshift bomb. So makeshift bombs you can basically use for a few things. So drop that there, I guess. That's how it works. It's been 40 minutes of me just sort of jabbing on. It's wasting time, but you know, this is what crafting is going to be like in this game, so I wanted to show off a little bit of it. I actually haven't gotten to the main crafting yet of tinkering. This has been like, you know, non-tinkering related stuff that I've basically been doing at this point. The burnt out wand. That can be used to make new wands, I think, but I don't think I can actually do anything with wands. So this is actually garbage, this burnt out wand over here, I think. Pretty sure not worth, you know, anything, so we're just gonna throw them in here. Alright, so empty flasks. I don't think I can do much with empty flasks either because they're alchemy, of course. Alchemical ingredients, basically. And of course, alchemical, you know, stuff that requires an empty flask is like, you know, probably out of my league for most things. Yeah, like look at that. Here's an empty flask build. This stuff and this stuff and this stuff. I can make muscle of cocktails basically. It's the only thing I can use empty flask for. So. Let's get rid of that. Potion of Purity, Radiance, Instability, Live Regeneration, and Invisibility. Can I do anything with that stuff, I wonder? So this can be used to craft. That requires smithing, that requires alchemical stuff, that requires alchemical stuff. So that's spatial. So spatial's no good to me. I didn't expect these things to be any good for me for crafting, but you know, I just want to go through them. Make sure everything I can use is usable. Alright, so Potion of Dire Empowerment is something you can use for crafting. Yeah, tinkering there is something I can tinker with it. Visibility, Purity, Radiance, and Regeneration. Not really seeing any of this stuff, really. Well, there's Radiance. There's Regeneration. There's Invisibility. I'll just assume that all this stuff here is like, you know... not stuff I can really worry about, so... Radiance can go over here. Purity can go over here. Not good enough. It's not a bad thing having this many items in the game, but it's worth knowing that it takes a long time to go through all the items to see what's worth it for, you know, crafting and stuff. So, Aqua Vitae. So I do have some of this stuff around. Aqua Vitae. I'm not sure I can use Aqua Vitae myself for anything because it's basically used to craft, you know, stuff that basically requires... Well, I could craft this stuff, you know, I guess. No, it's this stuff. But this stuff is basically not stuff I really care about, I think. For anything. Oh, look, I can make light regeneration if I want to at some point. So I guess that's what I can use it for. Light regeneration. And apparently I can use it to make this stuff if I want to. Diggle Nog. Explosive. So you know, there's a little bit of use for this thing, for crafting. Even basic, you know, alchemy stuff I can use it for. Here's the cells that I had before that you couldn't find, so there's that stuff now. So... crafts... Oil of vitriol takes saltpeter and brimstone. I don't think I have saltpeter. Saltpeter requires basically me to have this stuff here, apparently. Alchemical ooze. Since I don't have saltpeter, I can't really, you know, make the stuff that goes with it. This stuff. Oil of vitriol. Unfortunate, but oh well. Well, I think this will be like the first part of my crafting videos at this point. I basically went through all the non-tinkering related stuff. And now I'm really going to get into, like, you know, the actual tinkering crafts. So maybe I'll just end the episode here. And then we'll jump into the tinkering stuff.